All right, and then I will, let me do this, Rob. I'm gonna make you co-host. So there you go. We should be all good to go here. So, all right, well, let's get started, and we'll probably have a few more people jumping on with us as we go. Thank you again, you guys, for joining us Wednesday morning for Empire. We appreciate you giving us your time. We're going to just start today real quick, few minutes, letting Aaron with Success Lending give us a quick market update, and then we will turn it over to Rob for our main presentation. So good morning, Aaron. What do you got for us?
Good morning, team. Things have stayed relatively steady. They've come down a little bit. When I give a presentation and at some point down the road here, we can look at a pricing sheet and kind of how that works, because although pricing improves or worsens or improves on a day-to-day basis, it's not really the interest rates that change so much. So we're still hovering right around that 6.625 range, give or take, maybe 6.5. Depending on when you lock for first-time home buy purchases. In addition to that, I've seen an uptick in applications over the last week and a half, or definitely since the holidays. So if you are out there with your clients and looking, people that are on the fence a little bit, have them, even if they're not working with me. If you're representing them, I'd be happy just to kind of walk through some numbers with them, because, check and see if their current lender is doing that 2-1 buy down. It's such a powerful tool right now. It gets somebody into the house. I did a presentation yesterday on a $700,000 purchase, and it was saving the client $800 a month that first year. So there's a lot of great opportunity out there to take advantage of that, get somebody in a house that they might not normally qualify for. And it's important to do that now, because that house that's going for 400 today in January and February, there's just no doubt in my mind that that thing's going for 420, 425 come May and June, because of the amount of buyers that are going to be in the market. So take advantage of that. Get with your loan officers. Always check those pre-approvals when you can. And if you have any questions for me, I'd be happy to help.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So yes, I agree. It is definitely getting busier, and activity is picking up out there. So hopefully it will be a great year for everybody. Without further ado, I will introduce Rob here. He has graciously stepped in to present Dubb, which I think I did on my little intro video when I was promoting this week's guest. Bruce and I have used BombBomb for years, and it's just a video program that allows us to do video, texts, emails, kind of if we're doing mass, you guys have probably received some of ours that we've done in regards to our masterminds and whatnot. And, it worked great, but it's, get with the times kind of a thing, right? There's just so much more out there. And I came across a YouTube video a while back on Dubb and watched it, and just the capabilities that it has is just amazing. So we wanted to kind of look into that more. Bruce met with Rob online. We're like, we have got to just get this out to people. It's just an incredible program. So without further ado, and without stealing any thunder, I will turn it over to Rob Botts with Dubb. Good morning, Rob.
Hey, thank you very much, Kelly and Bruce. It was wonderful meeting with you on Friday, going through everything, and good to meet everyone else on this call. And before I start, I just want to introduce the founder of Dubb, who happens to be here, and that's Ruben Dua. He's on here with us. He's the creator of everything, the maestro, and I wanted him to just say a couple words before we begin.
Hi, Ruben. How are you?
Hey, Ruben.
Hi there.
Welcome.
Hello, guys. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the opportunity. I wanted to just take a couple of minutes just to kind of first of all, share my gratitude for the opportunity to be here, but also just to remind everyone that we are at such an amazing time to be building a human connection with our clients and with our prospects and with absolute strangers that are out there. The fact of the matter is that human beings, we desire and we need this idea of having a parasocial relationship with the people that we work with, which means I've seen you on a video before we had a phone call, or I watched you in an email when you sent that video, and I feel like I already know you. And now that we're on a phone, I feel like I can trust you. So this idea of leveraging video to communicate and to build trust, it allows us to build this parasocial relationship with people so that they're sort of excited to speak to us. I mean, when was the last time someone called you, an absolute cold prospect, and said, wow, you're that person that I've seen in those videos. It's so cool to finally talk to you. reframing the situation and putting yourself in a position of power so that you have that trust and you have that interest and you have a lot shorter of a sales cycle. Doesn't that sound good?
Yes.
So we've dedicated our lives, absolutely dedicated our lives to building a technological platform to make this process easier. Artificial intelligence is real and it's here. We cannot run away from it. It is our friend and we have to embrace it. And there's a lot of technology built within Dubb to help you to leverage AI to write better copy and to make the video recording process easier. Remember, say it with video, be visual, because at the end of the day, when you are visual with your communication, people can process that information 60,000 times faster than if they just read a simple text. So how does comprehension sound? How does trust sound? Shorter sales cycle sound? And frankly, at the end of the day, a lot more clients and a lot more commissions. We are Dubb, and we are so excited to have this opportunity.
Thank you. We appreciate
Thanks,
you taking your
Ruben.
time to
Thank
visit
you.
us this morning. And
Very
know,
nice to meet
guys,
you as well.
and know that, we may only have a few faces on here today, but we do post this and we have, hundreds of agents that come onto our page to watch this recording later. So I appreciate you being here as well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we call Ruben the maestro because he puts it all together, creates it, and sets it all out there, and then we got to do the job of conveying that message out to everybody else. So thanks for joining.
And you know what else I do is I wake up the kids when they sleep in because they went to bed at 11 o'clock.
Ooh, 11. They're in trouble.
Well, Ruben, I do have to give Rob kudos. The reason he's on here today is because of the presentation he gave on Friday. You have an amazing platform, and I think in the time constraints that we had, he did a fantastic job. So we felt that it needed to be shared with everybody to get you out there in the world. So.
Oh, that means a lot. Yeah, Rob is unbelievable. He's been a true mentor and coach to me when it comes to, video recording, being confident on video, how to just express yourself comfortably being on video, it doesn't come naturally for us. So, yeah, Rob, record this. I'd love to have this for ourselves.
Yeah, we've got, I think, Kelly, you're recording, right? Yeah, we got this recorded. So yeah.
Okay, great.
Awesome. Sweet. All right. Well, listen, everybody, with further ado, thanks very much. Let's dive in. All right, so let me share my screen and then I will show you what we got going on today. Okay, so when you have a Dubb account, this is you inside the good old Dubb dashboard here, and we've got a number of things that we like to focus on when we explain Dubb in general. So down over here to the bottom right is our little intercom system, which is really good for help. So when people need help when they have a Dubb account, all you have to do is click here, and you can send the team a direct message. Now, this is back in 2 hours, just because we're a little early. We do 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific. But when the team is online, this is anywhere between 10 and 30 minutes, and it usually rests around 10 to 15. So this is actually live human beings, responding to message, which is pretty awesome. And then you can click down in here. If you want to search for help, you can click in here for any topic you'd like. You'll get a little blog article and a video as well. So it's very thorough for help right down over here to the right. The other thing we have in the dashboard is our own AI assistant. So I'm sure you guys have used some form of ChatGPT or some AI writing tool. They're all out there. We have our own version of it. And what we have is we have a bunch of tasks. And when you have time, you can kind of peruse through here. We've got rewrite this copy, which is a really good one. Find something online you like. But we use a lot of this stuff for our social media content, along with a lot of our sales copy as well. So you just choose a task, you choose your industry, and we find that when you put a topic in here, the more specific, the better. If you're like, hey, what are the 10 best ways to raise the value of a home in Minnesota with 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, a backyard, all the best description you can give, choose multiple tones down the bottom. I usually like going with friendly, informal, informative, optimistic. You can choose multiples down here. And then you can obviously choose the length and hit submit. The great thing about this is you can keep hitting resubmit and it will give you a different answer every time. So if you want to, you can cobble together a nice original answer. Could you copy and paste? Sure, but it's not something we recommend. We want you to put your own spin on it, your own voice. The thing that I found with AI is when I use it, it can give you suggestions that you didn't think of. And for me, that's kind of the real value of it, because if I'm trying to write something, I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that point. Now I can expand on it. So I think it's really good in terms of suggestions and efficiency. We also have it here too, our YouTube channel. We put a lot of work into this. Ruben does a great job with the videos. He and I have filmed a lot over the last couple of years, a lot of informative stuff. So if you guys ever want to check it out, it's Dubb app on YouTube, and we do a lot of stuff. We also have our partner program, which I was talking to Bruce about as well. So we do a 30% recurring comp on anyone that subscribes to Dubb. All you have to do is hit apply now, creates a nice little referral link for you. And then you could always meet with me if you guys end up using Dubb and you like it and you want to know more. I'll give you some strategies. But most importantly, in real estate, other than the agent next door, hey, do you use video? Well, as far as the lender and the brokers and the home inspectors and everything kind of real estate adjacent, that's always nice to be able to tell them what you do because, it's easy to talk about when you love doing it. So we do a 30% comm on that. And then as far as the recording goes, there's a couple different ways. People usually begin with recording.
Yeah. You
Oh,
want
sorry, did I hear something?
Okay. I had a purpose.
Oh, maybe someone's on mute. Sorry, I thought someone asked a question. Okay, so one of the first ways to record is up here at the top. So this is what the basic website recorder. So when we click on this here, it's going to open up our webcam. And we've got a few options here to make it interesting for the other person getting the video. Because when you send a Dubb video out, it's going to be a 3-second loop of the beginning of the video. That's the animated GIF. So we want to make the GIF as interesting and as informative as we can. So there's a few ways to do that. I can go down here, click the virtual background. We have stuff down here that you've seen a million times before, but that's not the important stuff. What's important is right over here. So when you click on your photos, you can upload into this area any screen grabs you have on your computer. So it could be a market update. It could be someone's profile. It could be obviously a property. It could be an article you found online. So if I picked a property that someone was interested in, I could take that exact property, put it behind me, and I could send someone a video and say, hey, Bruce, it's Rob from R&B Real Estate. Listen, I want to send you some information about this townhome right here. And what is Bruce going to see? He's going to see me smiling, pointing back to this photo, coming back to camera. That's a nice repeating animated loop GIF. So they're going to get context because they know it's about the property. And you have a nice smile. You're going towards camera. You're doing some movement. It looks really inviting. So you can do that with a particular property, or maybe you represent certain kinds of properties. Maybe townhomes are your thing, or a single family residences, things like that. And then you can come down here and you can actually do a market update. So just take a screen grab of a market update right here, pick the most important part of it, and say, hey, this is Rob from R&B Real Estate. Listen, I want to talk to you a little bit about the market here. And again, it will be me smiling, pointing back, coming back like this. And you're giving immediate context to what the video is about. Or you can do actually an article. And this is something where a lot of people try to send information as much as they can. Even if you wanted to send info about what you guys do, your particular your skill sets and what you've done, a little bit of like highlights behind you. These are all things that really help people know what the video is going to be about, and it's interesting to look at before they click. So that's what the virtual background. Now, what this would look like if someone got it in an email, just to show you really quickly, right here, let me go out of here. Okay, so let's see, let me pull up Sarah here. Sarah is an agent up in, she's a coach up in Canada, and her favorite thing was the animated GIF. So this is her here. So this is what she got. Me saying hi, and that's her profile there. She knows it's about her because her profile is behind me. And I think really getting some movement to the GIF is important instead of just being stationary. Even if it's just slight movement, it really makes it interesting to click on. So we'll come back to that in a little bit, but that's one option here with the virtual background. The other way you can make these videos interesting is that you can grab the mobile app, and there's a little button on the Dubb mobile app that makes this specific. So this right here is the Dubb mobile app. And there's a little button right up here at the top, this little square button. So when you click on that, it gives you a little typing board right here. So, and if you want to get fancy, you can use a blackboard. Click this button here. It can be a blackboard with white text or a whiteboard with black text, whatever you want to do. And then if I'm sending a one-to-one video to someone, it could be something just like this. And this doesn't matter the industry. This doesn't matter what industry you're in. Names are universal. Hey, Bruce, this is Rob. Just want to send you this quick video, a quick little lean in, a little wave. You just don't want to be back here when you're doing it. Just so I would start here, lean in, wave, and you could ask a question as well, as long as it's got their name in it for a one-to-one. Now, if you're doing a one-to-many, maybe it's a newsletter, maybe it's got a group of sellers that you have in your list, right? You could do something like this. And forgive the crudeness of my sentence here, but I am not a real estate professional, but this would be something like this. Even though my wife and I have bought before, so I guess I put this in the game. All right, so thought about the rates. Some kind of question or statement that relates to the entire group. That's really what that's about. So whether you're using a virtual background to bring context or you're using this, those are a couple ways that we've seen people have success in terms of breaking through and making a point. As far as the recording options on the webcam here, you've got a few options. So up here at the top, you click in here, you can actually go right to scripting if you want to create a script. Or I can find a script that I have saved. Because when I look for my script in here that I have saved, it drops down my teleprompter. Let me pull up my test script here. There we go. Boom. So now I have a teleprompter. So if anyone's used a teleprompter before, it's really good to keep you efficient. So a lot of the times when I was first doing videos, I wasn't using one. I don't use one all the time, but I use it a good amount. Sometimes you can go over, you want to make a 30-second video and you're like, oh man, I've been talking for 2.5 minutes and it's super long and you don't realize it. So with this, it's really good to keep you efficient. I think if you're trying to make very specific points, if you take the time and you write them in the script, use the AI, right? Then you've set it in the best way possible and you put your best foot forward. You're not forgetting anything. If you don't want to write a script, you could technically bullet point, but you just got to be disciplined to the bullet points, which is kind of the whole point. From a physical perspective, this distance I think right here is pretty good from the camera. This is me looking right out of the top line of the teleprompter. This is me looking directly at the camera. I have an internal camera on my laptop, so someone that has one above might be a little bit higher, but I have never heard anyone complain if you keep your eye line right here at the top and let the words fill into the horizontal eye line. So I think it's great right here. If you want to get fancy, you could read the sentence and then finish the sentence at the top by looking at the camera. It's kind of like an old acting trick. You have a script in front of you. If you have to look down at the script, you look at it, but then you come back up to make eye contact, the most important points. That's if you want to get fancy. But I think it's fine just going like this. So you have a couple things here. This right here means it's going to scroll when you have it. You click to scroll. It's already clicked. This right here is your speed. So mine's about 186. When I hit play, I can check the speed. Now you can adjust it up or down. I think it's always good to go a little bit slower than faster because if you speed up, it's not as natural. You can pause if you need to. You can back the text off or you can zoom it in. So when I hit record here, here's a little example of what it would look like. You get a little bit of a countdown, which is nice. And here it is. Hi, this is Rob from Dubb. We are the sales operating system. We use video, automation, and contact management to create connections, conversations, and conversions. And what I can do is hit the pause button down at the bottom if I want to take a little break. So if you have a longer video that you're making, that's pretty nice. And then I can click it again and it will resume and keep going. This button in the middle here will delete the video. This button here, this blue check mark, will save it into Dubb. Just be careful which one you click. So I'm going to delete the video here. I'm going to close the teleprompter. And that's the basic website recorder with the webcam. It's the way a lot of people record their videos when they're first starting, or a style that they like in general. Now let's look at screen recording. So this is a phone one. So over here, let's go to a good old market update. So this is just, I pulled this up online. And this would be an example of if you want to show a web page to someone. It doesn't have to be a market update. It could be an article, it could be a website, whatever you want. So in this case, I'm going to use the Chrome extension, which sits right up here at the top. I'm going to click this here. I'm going to open up the extension. And now I got some options. So see how I'm the little square right here? What I tried to do was, when I first looked at the page, I'm like, where do I want to put myself? So I always think it's a good idea to kind of just check the page out. Also, is it more of an angular site? Are there soft edges? This is kind of a cool thing to check out before you actually put yourself on the screen. So I checked that out and I made myself in between the house and the words here, and I'm a square because the house is a square. I could go rectangle, I could go circle, but that wouldn't really fit for this kind of style. So just check out the aesthetics of the page that you're on. You can also do sizes, medium, large, but the bigger you go, the more you're going to cover. I think it's kind of cool to stay small because once I start recording, I can go full screen and come back. So this is a nice little fit in when someone sees that GIF. I also have the ability to click this button here and just use my headshot if I want to do that. Or I can click it again and I can just do an audio walkthrough of the page. But I think it's fun to be live, so it's something I think is the best way to go. And then you can use the annotation tool, which I'm going to use in this example. I'm also going to allow my little control bar, my little menu bar to show up at the bottom when I hit record, because there's a button I'm going to press when I'm using that. Teleprompter, we have across everything, so we have it here as well. So you can come in here, again, search for your script. There it is. This one's slightly different. You can grab the edge here and you can make it thinner or wider if you want to. And then I've got to zoom the text in because if it shows the entire script, it's obviously not going to move. Then I'm going to click scroll while recording. Here's my speed, check my speed, see if I like it. And then what I'm going to do is I got to grab this thing and I'm going to move it. Let me move all the zoom stuff out of the way. I'm going to move this as close to the camera as I can towards the top. And when I hit record, all I have to do is tap the edge to bring it forward and I can use it. Then we have the option too, if you go full screen, what that means is I can begin recording on this web page, and then maybe I want to go to another tab on another web page, and it will flip over and keep recording. Or I can do just the current tab, which is what I'm going to do on this one, which the current tab is nice and clean. You're not going to get the tabs that are open at the top, just the page. So here's going to be an example. Let me move the zoom stuff out of the way of what this would kind of look like. Hey, Kelly and Bruce, it's Rob from R&B Real Estate right down the road. I thought I'd send you this quick video about the market update because getting a market update is very important. You want to have the information correct before you're buying or selling. And this is, let me show you a little bit about it. How was that for a presentation, guys? Just kidding. I am not a professional, but that's something along the line. So the whole point is the GIF. Like you could do something fun and knock on the house right here or something. Like just, it's all about what do they see in that animated GIF, a little wave, a little point. Then after that, I clicked this button down here, the full screen, to get their attention because they've already seen everything I wanted them to see. Now I really want to talk to them about something. So having the ability to go back and forth when you want to make a point is pretty cool. You also have the choice to move around while you're speaking and recording and scrolling. This is more of a creative choice where you can keep talking and keep scrolling and moving. If you don't want to do that, most people, what they do is after they say hello, they'll hit the pause button down here. They'll get themselves set up where they want to be, and then they'll hit resume if you want to do that. So it's more of a creative choice. And then you also have the annotation tool over here, which is really awesome. So you can choose, hey, you know what? Maybe I want to underline some stuff. Let's look at this right here, these numbers here. Or maybe I want to use an arrow. So check this out right here. This is pretty cool. Or maybe I want to put some text on screen. This is, I can't even spell this one. This is cool. Or whatever you want to write on there. So it gives you that ability. And numbering. I can say, look, number 1, pending sales. 2, closed sales. 3, median sales price. So there's all these little graphics that you can use to make things very interesting. So when you combine it with that, being able to move around and scroll, going full screen to small, these are ways a lot of people make their screen recording sharings very interesting and informative. So that's the Chrome extension. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this into Dubb by hitting the check mark, and it's going to save it in there. Now, to give you a comparison, I'm going to show you the desktop app. So I'm going to click up here, a little D symbol. I'm going to show you the difference between the screen recorders. And the desktop app is pretty amazing. So right away, we're going to see the difference where, see the virtual background inside here? That's different than the Chrome, which I have that option. I don't have to have it, but it's an option. So I have it here. I also have different shape down here. All the other ones are the same, but I have a little phone shaped one. That's slightly different. I can also grab the edge of this and make it bigger and smaller. Gives you those little in-between sizes, which is nice. I can also move this around before I begin recording, which is nice as well. Now, the main difference here is borders. So if I click custom border, I can drag this and get my entire desktop computer screen. So maybe I have my browser open and I have a spreadsheet. I can get anything on the computer screen that I want to get just by dragging the edges to get the whole thing. With the Chrome extension, you're caught within the browser, which is nice for what you want to do, but you can't go outside the browser. So this is really good. You can do 16 by 9 for YouTube. You can even do 9 by 16 for a skinny social video for anything online you want to put on there in vertical format. So all I have to do is crunch my internet browser, go 9 by 16, have myself as a bubble, and now I've done a little social video. So there's a lot of flexibility with this. Now we have the annotation tool, which is the same, teleprompter, which is the same. But when I hit record here, not sure if you guys can hear it, it's a little beep audio countdown. So that's a little different than Chrome. And now I'm recording. Similar to the Chrome extension, I can pause and resume. But different is when I click the check mark. It's not saving it into Dubb. I just recorded a clip. And this is the main difference between the two. You're able to record in clips. I can drag and drop a video from my computer into the timeline if I want to. And if I hit record screen again, now I'm right back to recording. Hit record now, and now I'm recording a second clip. So what you're doing is you're really building out a little timeline. And when I hit the check mark again, as you can see, both clips are right here. I can grab one here and move it here, grab this one, move it there. So I don't have to chronologically record in order. I could do the ending first, the middle, it doesn't matter. And I can even delete one clip, obviously, and keep the one that I like. So there's a lot of functionality with this. I hit done recording, it merges the clips together, and now I can do a quick little edit, and then I can upload it into Dubb. So when you're thinking about Chrome, think simplicity, nice, clean, quick web page videos. You think desktop app, recording in clips, and a lot of flexibility for your page. Now we have the mobile app, and the desktop app with the clips is actually based on what we did with the mobile app. So here's the Dubb mobile app. I'm going to click this little button right here to open up our camera, and I'm going to record a clip. Each clip has got to be at least 2 seconds. So here we go, me recording. Obviously, the main use case for this is property walkthroughs. So there's my clip there. If I want to flip my camera around, that little button right there is going to do that there. So I'm going to flip it around, do a quick little record. Here we go, flip it around the other way. Now I'm going to flip it back on me. I'm going to just get 3 clips in here. Here we go. Now I have 3 clips that I've recorded. And each 3 of these clips has been saved to the photo video area on my phone automatically. I can also add a video from my phone, from that little folder button. I can drop a video into the queue here if I want to join it, just like with the desktop app. If I want to move these clips around, tap it with my finger, move it here, tap it with my finger, move it there. So you have that flexibility as well. I can tap on each clip and I can edit. I can trim. I can add text, which can be big, small, different fonts, colors. I can add music. I would say just keep the music super low so it doesn't overwhelm you. We have a whole library of it. You can do voiceovers. A lot of the time where people are, I'm sure you guys have encountered this, where you're out doing property walkthroughs and it's super loud. You get the visuals you want. You can do the voiceover in the car. You can speed up the action. So there's a lot of neat things you can do from within each clip. We also have the teleprompter on here, right there. So if you click the teleprompter, it drops down. You would search for your script just like you did for before. And this one's slightly different. So when I get a script here, there's the script. Now I've got to choose, do I want to do auto track or do I want to do auto scroll? Auto track would be if I was reading it, hey, this is Rob from Dubb, it would highlight the words. And if I stop speaking, it stops moving, which is great. The only thing about auto track is you've got to really enunciate your words. If it's unsure about what you're saying, it's like, hey, wait, Rob, what'd you just say? It's not going to move. So me personally, I like auto scroll better. I like it just to go and I go, but it's a total personal preference, so try both. As far as an eye line goes, dead on is perfect. If you go slightly tilted above, it's perfecter. Is that a word? So there you go. I think it's just slightly better. And if you want to turn it this way for YouTube, just flip it that way. And that's right next to the camera. We've used this a ton for our YouTube videos over the years. It saves so much time as far as that. Another use case we have on here, this little button right here is the virtual background button. So remember I showed you guys in the beginning with the webcam, you can have virtual background behind you. Well, the use case here would be pretend you're out and about, someone contacts you about a property listing. You can pull it up on your phone, take a screen grab of it, take a screen grab of different parts of the property, and then you can put it behind you and talk about it a little bit. So I'll give you an example of a video that I made for another agent. I was showing her how to do this, and I'm going to pull this up here. And this is what it would look like. Whoops, sorry, let me bounce back here. Hold on 1 second. There we go. See the property right there behind? And this is just talking about it. Now, because it records in clips, the next one she's going to see is the swimming pool, the next clip. So you can talk about multiple parts of the property. So this is a nice way to be able to do this if you're out and about. If someone wants to know right away about something, pull it up online, take a screen grab, and then send them a video, which is super, super convenient. So that's the mobile app. You combine the clips together, you save it up into Dubb. Now that we have a video saved, this is all about the customization. This is probably the most important thing that we do. So let me share my screen again. Okay, so when you save a video into Dubb, it will take you to a page that looks just like this, little creation page here. And I'm going to open this up in a new window so we can see what the video looks like on the landing page. So in reality, I would have sent you guys a video, you would have seen the GIF, you would have clicked on it, and then it would have taken you here to a customized landing page. Now we call this in Dubb terms a preset. So what you have here is you have your logo to the top left, you have an image behind the video player, anything you want to load up there. You have playlist videos that will play directly after this video. It'll run right into them. The great thing about playlist videos is it brings more info and it saves you time because you don't have to repeat yourself every time. If you're reaching out to a buyer and you're like, hey, Bruce, I know you're looking at, to buy a home, but well, check out the next video that's going to play right after this about the work we've done with buyers. And then you could record one video one time and it will play and say everything you would normally say. So you don't have to keep saying it. And then you have buttons below which enable people to do things. What are they doing after they watch the video? Are they booking a time? Are they viewing a case study? Are they visiting a website? Are they filling out a form, external, internal? Are they downloading a document? Call, text. You can have all kinds of buttons down here. I would just go left to right in terms of order of importance. And it's always good to have this button, reply with video below. Now, this is a great one. So if I was going to say book a time is my number one thing I want you to do, right? I'm still going to mention reply with video. I could say, hey, Kelly, thanks so much for watching this video. When you have a moment, click the button below that says book a time with Rob to book a time in my calendar. Also, if you'd like to, there's a reply with video button below where if you click that button, you can actually send me a video back with your comments or questions. You don't need to download anything, just allow camera and mic, and I look forward to hearing from you. Because a lot of the times, not everyone's going to send a video back, but the people that do, it's really awesome. So just by letting them know, it took an extra, 9 seconds for me to explain that, if they want to do that. The other side of this is really great for video testimonials. So obviously, you all have clients you work with that loved what you did. So you could send a video and say, hey, Bruce, it's Rob. Listen, thanks so much for using Dubb. It means the world to us. If you could send us a video testimonial, all you have to do is click the reply with video button below, and you don't have to download anything. That's like the MVP line. You don't have to download anything. Just allow camera and mic and let us know what was business like before Dubb, after Dubb. What did you enjoy about the process? So whatever you normally ask for your testimonials, ask them in the video. And then once you get it, you put it in your playlist right down here. And that's the sequence that works really, really well. The other thing is when you make these videos, just as far as a tip, you always want to physically point down to the button. I know it sounds kind of silly because you're saying the button's below, but physically point down and name the button. If you want someone to email you, don't say, oh, email me when you can. Say, click the email Rob button below. That's really what that's about, being very specific. So again, this page is all about customization. So if we come back over here to the page where we saved the video, let me grab it right here. Where are we? Here. Okay. So this little button right here that says presets. When we click on this, this is a ton of presets that we have for Dubb already set up. So when you think about your audience, think about customized landing pages, presets, speaking to direct segments of your audience. You got a preset for buyers. You got a preset for sellers. You got a preset for expireds, FSBOs, any other combination you could think of, open houses, right? So when you create these, they're very specific. So with Dubb, when you get on a paid plan with us, we would meet you in Zoom and help you set these things up. It's part of what we do. We help you set up the buttons and the pages. Now, once they're set up, when I click on one, Dubb's going to just change everything. So when I open this up in a new window, it's going to look completely different. So here it is here. This is a growth workshop. So I got a partner photo behind there. I've got a totally different video leading out, and I have different buttons down here at the bottom because it's for a completely different audience with a different purpose. And that's the power of using presets, is customized landing pages, speaking directly to them with videos that make sense to them and buttons for them to take an action. Now on the page here, analytics, okay? So it says no activity yet because we haven't sent the video anywhere. But when we click here, we can have all kinds of information. But maybe you want certain kinds. You don't have to check all of them. Maybe you just want CTA clicks, page views, and video views. These are great for follow-up because when I know what percentage of video you've watched, that's an automatic info for follow-up. Hey, Kelly, it's Rob. I know you saw 50% of the video I sent you. That's great. You saw this about the property, but let me tell you a little bit about what you missed, and then I'm bringing value back. Or, hey, Bruce, I saw you clicked on the book a time with Rob, but I didn't see you booked. Let me tell you a little bit more about what we do and get you to book again. So whatever activity is done, it's great for follow-up. We also have details on every video. So if you click on the details tab here, it will let you know what buttons and what playlist videos are attached to this video. Now, let's just say I sent you a video and I'm like, oh man, I forgot to add a button. Or maybe I had the wrong playlist video. I can make these changes here and it will retroactively change even though I've already sent you the video. I can also do editing. We have a quick little editor tab. You go down here, do a little chop down here and edit. If you end up over editing, don't worry, the original is right here at the top. All you have to do is download it, and then you just click replace video and you replace it. You can also, if you want to, Add your own thumbnail. Maybe you have a cool thumbnail you want to upload, like for a lot of YouTube videos, like a certain one. Maybe you want to create a thumbnail from the video that you made. You might be doing a property walkthrough where you like a certain still frame of something where you want to use that. That's totally fine. We also have Kyra that the team created. This is a cool little digital coach. So when you make these videos, it lets you know, are you being repetitive? Are you using filler words? Do you use profanity? So this is a neat little thing where it can actually kind of increase you when you're doing like, oh, I didn't know I was doing that. And then you can kind of make the changes. So this is all about customization. Now, we have it customized. Now we need to send it. So best practices here, when we open this up, you always want to have the word video in the subject line. Really helps with the open rates. Because when you get emails in general, how many of them actually say video? Very few. So you can have video there, have some text within the body of the email because that helps with deliverability. You don't just want to have a video slapped in there and not say, hey, Bruce, check out the video below. I have one sentence written, but you could have a little paragraph. You just don't want to write a book on it. That's why I have the video. As far as adding the video, click the little Dubb button down here that we have with the integration with Gmail or Outlook. I can do a webcam video right from here if I wanted to, right from within the compose window. Do a screen video. I have all kinds of options. Here's my video library. I'm going to click it here. I'm going to put the email of the person I'm sending it to get the tracking. And then I can add some personalization text, which is a banner across the top, and then I would insert it. That's one way to do it. The other way is back over here on the creation page is a big blue share and send button. Click that there. There's a little tutorial video telling you what I'm telling you now. Put an email in for the tracking of the person you're sending it to. And this is what it would look like with the banner across the top. Click copy for email, come back over here, and it's just a copy and paste. And this is what someone's going to see. Again, they see that GIF, they click on watch video, and that's when it takes them to the landing page. And that's really what it's all about. Now, if you have a CRM, a third-party sender that you use, just go down here to advanced options, click optimize for, and we have a whole list of third-party senders like MailChimp, HubSpot, Salesforce, Go High Level, KB Core, all kinds of ones where you could have your workflows already set up that you like. You're just adding video. If you want to use Dubb as a CRM, you absolutely can. You could come over here and go to CRM, upload your contacts with a CSV file, create tasks, deals, segmentations. You could do campaigns, email, and SMS. And again, a lot of the people that have the bigger CRMs, they have these things set up. You would just upload your contacts, you sync them. We have a whole process for it. And that way you get tracking on your end, you get tracking at Dubb. Also, we have a QR code for every video. So right over here, click here, here's your QR code. So what a lot of people have done for real estate, they've either had a little setup on the counter for their open house where there's a nice video made for that, or if you do physical mailers, throw the QR code on there, and whatever the purpose is for the mail out, you have a video related to that. We have a guy in the East Coast called the Real Estate Ninja. He loves this. He what's his name? I forget his name. Real Estate Ninja though, but he's awesome. Kelly, I think is his name. He gets super pumped and he talks about this strategy. So if you do physical mailers, it's a nice way to do it. So that's the basic look of the platform. Pricing wise, I'll show you the packages in 1 second, but how's everyone feeling?
Good. Hey, Rob, I have a quick question.
What do you got?
So you showed us how to send videos with individual emails. Can you upload like an entire contact list and send bulk emails or bulk video emails to contact lists?
Yeah, what you can do is depending on what you have, a lot of the times, when you have, like I said, the bigger CRMs, if you have these things, these bulk sends already sent up, you're just adding video to them. That's all you'd be doing. But if you're using Dubb, you could set up where you put an email in or even a text. We use Twilio for SMS, but you could do one video where you don't say the person's name. You would have their name and text across the top. Their name and text would be in the email template, and then you would send it out to many. So it's really just deciding how you want to segment the list. If you have like 100 buyers, 100 sellers, kind of that whole segmentation we talked about, you absolutely can break that up and send one to many.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. And then I'll show you the different packages we have and the differences between the two. So let me pull this up here and I will share my screen again. How are we doing on time? A couple of minutes or what do we got?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Probably like maybe 5-10 minutes if you need it, and then we'll open
Okay.
up Q&A.
Okay, perfect. All right, I'll run quick through this. Let me get back over here. Okay. So let me pull up pricing here. Okay, so we have two different packages. So let me go to monthly first. There's the trial period where if you get a trial of Dubb, it's free trial, 7 days. We can always extend it out to 14 days if you wanted to. Gives you a nice, be able to basic look at it. You can do a lot of the stuff we talked about here. This is our Pro package and our Pro Plus. The difference between the two, the main difference, I mean, you can scroll down here when you have time, check through these. But the main difference is Pro Plus gives you automated workflows. So if you have a CRM that you really like, typically you might have an automated workflow already set up. That's where a message would go out. Maybe 2 to 3 days goes by, another message goes out, and it's dependent sometimes on someone's action. So with Dubb, what we can do is, if you guys wanted to have automations through Dubb, then it could be a video goes out, there's some kind of time delay. And then maybe if someone clicks on a button, they get a certain video. They watch the video, they get a certain video. So it's really about those automations. And Darius, our co-founder, it's his area of expertise. So we have one-on-one account management with Pro Plus because you're setting these things up, they're intricate, and you want to get moving with them if you want to do it. If you have a CRM you love and you have the automations already good to go, then I would go with the Pro right in here. Now, we have something, because I mentioned one-on-one account management with Pro Plus. We have our daily training with Dubb, and I'll put the link in before I go today. It's dubb.com/T. This is one of the big things we're huge on. Every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. PST, we have training. Half an hour of how to use the platform, half an hour of live Q&A. And that's either, I'm in there a couple days a week. Darius either runs the whole thing himself, or I'll do the front half and we do live Q&A at the end. It is strategy questions. It's tech questions. It's screen shares. So having live help every day, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. PST, we find is really, really good for people learning the platform and riding the bike, really, really getting into it, hearing other people's questions. Now, as far as the pricing on this, if you went annual, you're always save more. It's always the way it goes. Drops it to $42 a month as opposed to $59, $129 to $90. Now we have a little Dubb vid code where if you subscribe, it drops 10% off the first month. But we're very flexible in terms of this. You could always start here and then upgrade if you wanted to. If you start here, you could downgrade if you wanted to. It's all about really customizing it, for every person and what they want to do. So that's the basic look at it.
Awesome. Thank you. Any questions, you guys? Pam.
Yeah. So, first of all, on that Pro versus Pro Plus or whatever you just were talking about, it said custom integrations on the more expensive one, and then you get an API. Does that mean, so I use Follow Up Boss. Would the medium or the less expensive one integrate with Follow Up Boss?
Yes, those do. Yeah, the more detailed Pro Plus, and again, this is more Darius's area, but yes, Pro, if you have the regular one, that does connect, because that's the whole point. We have integrations with all these different companies.
Okay, so then I have two more questions. So the second one on that is, could I take the videos and put them in my drip campaigns that are already created?
Yes, that's just what you do is there's a universal, the name of the button, but you press it, it optimizes it. So it syncs, because you already have it synced, it'll optimize for whatever CRM you have. And then you just copy and paste, put the video in there, and then you get the tracking on our side and you get it on your side.
Okay.
You just add it to your drip. Yep.
My third question is, can you use these videos as Reels and Instagram?
Yeah. The best way to do it that we found, everyone's always trying to make the algorithm happy. We found that a lot of these platforms really like the native video. So what you could do is record a video into Dubb, save it into Dubb, right? Then you would download the MP4 and you would upload it per particular platform. And then if you wanted to, the best way to do it is if I had made a Dubb video, I download it, uploaded it into Instagram. And if during the video I'm saying, hey, click the button below to learn more, or whatever I'm saying, right? I could have the link within my bio or make it a pinned comment below. Pinned comment's usually pretty good because it's specific to the video. I could say, click the pinned comment. And then when they click that pinned comment, which is a Dubb link, that's when it takes them to the Dubb landing page. You'll have all your buttons, everything there.
But it automatically will start playing everybody wants instant gratification in this world. So yeah. I even find that with like Bomb and my marketing gal, I'm always like, get it to go right away because, so many people don't press the button.
Yeah. You have options on that. We found that, it's funny when we're so used to being on our phones that, and I think with TikTok in particular, because when you're on there and you scroll, the video, like you said, just starts right away. It's almost, sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking because you feel like you might miss something because you're going, So I believe we have an option where you can have it play right away. But you might want to play with just just the effectiveness of that. You know what I mean? Like playing right away as opposed to them hitting the play button. So yeah.
And one more thing, Bruce, don't you think this would replace We Video?
Yeah, I just,
And
I was making,
CapCut and
I was making a
all of
list
it.
of everything that we pay for.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it could replace CapCut, Video. I've got a Make It Big app on my phone for
Any
you
teleprompter
know,
stuff too.
the teleprompter. Yeah, it's,
Mhm.
I mean,
It's
this
like a
this
all
could
in one. Like
this
I
could
love
save
it.
a lot of money.
I'm still coming back to Minnesota to sit down with you, Bruce, for like 2 weeks.
Good, perfect.
We've got a place for you to stay.
Okay.
Awesome. Any other questions?
Hey, Rob, I have one other question, and
Yeah.
maybe you touched on this, I don't remember, but if I have a lot of videos in BombBomb and I wanted to switch to Dubb, could I transfer those videos to Dubb?
You know, I think as long as you have them as an MP4, then it would just be an upload situation. You know,
Okay. Yeah.
because that's really what it is. It's just the file. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Might take you a little while, Bruce, but
It's okay. It's okay.
That
That's
brings
all
me
right.
to one more question, because in BombBomb, you have to check to make sure your clients are, like, have agreed to accept this type of stuff. Do you guys have that as well?
you mean like agreed to accept the outreach or something, or
Like not getting spammed, basically.
yeah, I think we have some version of that. I think everybody has to have a version of it. Yeah, I haven't it doesn't come to the top of my mind. I'd have to ask Darius, but I'm sure we have some version of that. Yeah, I
Like
think
the do not call list kind of a thing.
yeah, like
Or
an
an
option.
opt-in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an
exactly.
opt-out, opt-in thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
I have a question
Cool.
or a couple of them here.
Yeah.
So just out of curiosity, from like a package standpoint, if you as an individual try this out, and you do the pro package, but then you have a team of people, is that something that you could work? Would you pay that 1,080 per person for the full? Like if you have a team of 5, would it be 1,080 per person, or would you work on some sort of package for a team? Collaborative type thing. Talk to me
We
about that
always
a little bit.
do. Yeah, we always do a economy of scale.
Okay.
So whenever you have a team, we always drop the price. And
Cool.
it's just, common sense. We do that for everybody. So if you give us like a number, I think we have like a 3 or less or 5 or 10. Yeah, we'll definitely work with you.
Okay, cool. And then the last thing I had, and maybe this is just me, but what I've noticed, because everybody has like a background when they're doing Zooms and group calls and whatnot. And I don't know because I don't know a lot about this, but like the green screen, half the time, like their face is missing, or if they move, like you get that weird thing that happens. How is that a camera thing with your computer, or how can you make that look like you're not like massively, you're not
translucent.
you're not completely computer generated into the thing.
Yeah, it's the thing that we found is, Zoom spends like millions, on their teleprompter stuff. So they probably have, I mean, not teleprompter, the background, they probably have the best. The only thing you can really do that we've tried is to really pump up the light in the front. Natural light's really nice. You can reduce the edge blur as much as you can, makes it a little harder on the edge instead of softer. And then I find, just from a physical perspective, the more you go like this, because I have a flat wall behind me, so mine's flat, you know what I mean? Like where if you got a lot of objects, that can really mess with the virtual background. Also, the further you get out from light, the more these are going to start to disappear. So I usually, when I'm making the videos, I keep myself, I said the Chrome extension, you can't go outside the borders. I keep myself within my shoulders. I literally do T-Rex arm. I'm like, hey, blah, 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 and I point over my shoulder like that. So it never fades into oblivion.
Nice.
So those are kind of a little bit of the limitations we just have. But I would say light probably is the only thing it really do.
That's good feedback. Thank you.
Yeah. If you like being a T-Rex,
I already have like 100 ideas, like what I'm going to be using this for. So, yeah, I'm very excited about it.
Yeah,
So in other words, I'm going to be
Kelly,
busy.
the thing is, Kelly, just find what you, we tell everyone, sometimes people can get overwhelmed. Sometimes it's a lot. We try to add as much tech as we can, but we always tell everyone, take like one use case. If you just want to start recording on your webcam, just start recording on the webcam. Just start there and then start sending, So, and everybody, if you want to on here, I always tell everyone this in the chat, I'll put my email in here. And if you want to send me, if you get a free account on Dubb, play with it and send me a video. Just pretend I'm like a buyer or a seller and I can give you feedback if you want. And here is the link to our training. I put them both in the chat. So if you want to pop into a live training, see what it's like. It's going to be very similar to what you guys just experienced. It was a little more real estate tilting, obviously. We mentioned a few other things for other, industries, but it's all about making the connection with video. It doesn't really matter what the industry is. It's about really connecting. So, yeah.
Awesome.
What
Awesome.
day were those trainings on?
Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. PST.
Cool.
I have so many different trainings.
Oh,
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
I know. Sometimes we train on so many different things. We're like, wait, what's my job again? What do I do?
Yeah.
Just like, it's like, what am I doing again?
Well,
Yeah, no, it's
I think that's what I love about this is that, it's not just for real estate agents, right? I mean, Aaron, I can definitely see ways you can do this for market
Oh,
updates.
yeah.
People, even just like through the loan process. Hey, your appraisal came in, it came in great, or whatever, or I got you fully approved. I mean, there's so many ways to just keep, in contact with people if you don't have systems in place to do that. The other thing I'm super excited about is I loved the whole putting the picture of the house in the background. I'm already thinking like, what a great way to just do an intro video to post. Like, hey guys, check out my new listing. Look at the views of the golf course or whatever, right? Just to kind of have that initial post way more engaging than the flat static picture of your brand new listing. Check it out, right? So I think there's just so many ways to just enhance what we do to just capture more attention, right?
Yeah.
So
And
I
I
love
think visually being able to take like, because when my wife and I bought out here, the agent that we have, she was super sweet. She told us, she was really good on specifics. And this was years ago. But I'm saying now with video, man, you can be so specific. You can just be like, check this thing out right here, or
Right.
like doing the bubble where you're walking through the page. I mean, it's just so much stuff you can do. So
100%. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if there's no more questions, anyone, any final thoughts, comments? Great. Well, then I will let y'all get back to your day. Rob, thank you so much for spending your Wednesday morning with us. Thanks to
Rob.
everybody else for doing
Excellent.
that.
Excellent.
Again, this will be recorded. It is recorded. We'll put it on the Facebook page. And certainly if you have any questions for me, Bruce, or Rob, you've got our contact information. Okay. Great.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
you
much,
guys.
everybody.
See you, everybody.
Thank you all. All right. Take care.
See ya.